Welcome back to another episode of Forbidden Depths. I'm your host, Queen Frostbitten, and we're here today to get down, dirty, and sultry by staying open, educated, consensual, and safe. If you're returning, welcome back to another episode. Thanks for supporting the channel and its growth. If, of course, you're new here, make sure you follow, like, and subscribe, because one taste will never be enough. Awesome. So thank you guys for coming to another episode of Forbidden Depths. Today we have a gorgeous, amazing individual. I'm going to let her introduce herself. If you go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
Hey, my name is Valentina. I am an OnlyFans creator and I'm 21 years old.
Very nice. Very nice. And let me tell you, I've been following her on Twitter, of course, for a little while now. Amazing, amazing content. Like just the amount of stuff on her wall is utterly amazing. So Valentina, tell me kind of how you got started. What made you want to become an OnlyFans creator?
I used to do live streams when I was like 19. Then my friend told me that she sold her pictures on Twitter. And I thought like, oh, I can do that.
Right.
But OnlyFans wasn't a thing in 2020. Yeah. So I just like sold the pictures like for strangers. And then OnlyFans came here to Brazil and it wasn't like a very famous thing. Then I don't know why, but it like exploded here and now everybody has OnlyFans.
Yeah. I think that was kind of the transition with all the COVID, everything surrounding COVID. Everybody's like, OnlyFans, let's send all the traffic there because everybody tried to become a creator, right? So I know you said that you kind of started out in camming. What kind of platform did you start out on, and how is camming different than being an OnlyFans model?
It's a Brazilian camming show. It's called Câmera Privée. I don't think you have that.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard of it. Yeah.
I tried Shadowbait, but I didn't understand like shit. And I was like, no, that's not for me.
Right, right.
And the difference is like, I'm not like a talkative person. And when you're camming, you have to talk. You're like a psychologist or like a girlfriend or a wife or I don't know, maybe a stepsister, like.
Right. You have a persona that you have to like carry on.
Yeah, and OnlyFans I can do my shit. Like I don't like wear makeup to create my content. I just like I just like create content when I feel like I'm horny or something.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, you by no means need any makeup anyway. You are fucking gorgeous. You're fucking gorgeous.
Oh,
So I did notice that you have some amazing thigh tattoos. I'm obsessed with thigh tattoos. I love them. So what inspired your thigh tattoos?
I don't know. I think I'm a nihilist person. So all my tattoos are like really like bad vibes, you know?
Okay. Okay.
So all my tattoos are like this. Actually, my arm tattoo is like a gang tattoo here in Brazil. I'm not part of a gang, but I think it's beautiful. This one is like literally nothing.
Well, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's nothing actually. It's just like draw.
Well, it reminds me of my I'm into Marvel. I'm a nerd. So it kind of reminds me of my Venom tattoo that I have on my leg. I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So you get to see, It reminds me of that, and I love it.
Yeah, it's perfect. Did it hurt?
The foot is really rough. I think
Yeah.
the foot and the hands are the worst. So,
I didn't feel anything like touching my hand. Like not
did your hand swell? Did it swell up?
yeah.
Yeah,
Just
mine swelled bad. Oh, mine swelled pretty bad. I think that's the most swelling I've had in any tattoos. Like the others didn't really swell, but I think the hand and the wrist kind of swelled.
I don't know. I'm trying to black out all my arm, but this one, my arm, when I woke up, my arm was just like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought
Yeah.
it's gonna fall off my body.
Yeah. Yeah. I did too. Oh my goodness. I was like, I've never had a tattoo do this before. What is happening?
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel you. Oh, so before you became a creator, kind of what were you doing before that? Were you like in college, or did you have like another job, or
I used to work at telemarketing.
okay?
It was shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel the same way. I've worked in that too, and it's not fun.
It's like horrible. Everybody's like calling you and complaining about shit that you don't like even care, you know?
Yeah. And it's not like you can do anything about the majority of the shit anyway. Like
Yeah.
they're just calling in to vent. You're basically a therapist there too.
Yeah, you know? And they start cursing you, and I'm like, I can do shit.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. For
but
sure.
yeah, that was my first job. This one, the OnlyFans, is my second job.
And you like it much more?
Yeah, the money's
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah. I like the freedom in it too. So like whenever it comes to schedules, like you have to abide by whatever schedule they give you, but whenever you work for yourself, you kind of have that flexibility to work when you feel like it, kind of like we were talking about earlier. Because I mean, some days you just don't feel like putting in all that fucking effort, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I have like this trick. I take a day and create all my content for like a month.
Mm-hmm.
So I can do like whatever I want for the whole month, and
Yeah.
I don't worry about it. But that's the thing I always tell my friends, like, if you work for yourself, you gotta work. Because if
Yeah.
you don't work, you get broke. So
Yes. Yes, 100%. And I kind of find the balance is a little hard to find, right? Because not everyone is good with like managing their time. Like I think I still struggle to this day because I work too much. It's like I'm always working. Like I need to take more time
I
off,
feel
right?
you. I used to work like 14 hours
Yeah.
a day. And I studied business, so I was like
Yeah.
trying to balance college and work, and I was like sleeping for like 3 hours, 4 hours.
Yeah. It's tough.
Yeah, and people think it's like so fucking easy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're OnlyFans girl. That's so easy. I want to be an OnlyFans girl. Like, bitch, you gotta work.
And they don't understand how much effort you put in, right? And how you have to build your brand.
Yeah.
Like I think the biggest misconception that I've seen is people think that you take photos, you post them on there, and then OnlyFans pays you. That's not what happens. You have to push your traffic there, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to find your people and move them there because OnlyFans doesn't have internal traffic and they don't provide shit for you. Actually, you
Yeah,
have to pay
actually,
them.
yeah, you know, I
So,
take like 20% off like everything.
yeah,
You gotta take 20%.
including tips too, right?
Aw.
Like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
The subscriber asked me for a custom video, and
Mhm.
I told him like, oh, it's gonna be like how much time, blah 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 blah.
Right.
And he sent me the money. And when I looked at my account, I was like, the fuck?
Yeah. And that's one reason why I like to try to push people to pay me on other stuff because I'm already going to have to pay whatever money platform it is, but like to have to pay like OnlyFans too. I would rather them come in my like Twitter DM and be like, hey, I want this custom, and be like, oh, well, send it to this pay app instead,
Yeah,
because they take so much of your money, right?
yeah.
I always get upset, especially like after I look back at how much they remove, because after that you get your portion and then you got to pay taxes on that portion too. So it's like, man, like I get disappointed. I feel like I'm not making shit, you know?
Bro.
Like, man, I know I saw that money like 10 minutes ago. Where did it go? Man, it's a struggle. I
But
mean, I like the flexibility, but all in all, I don't like how most platforms take so much from us, you know?
yeah, it's like it's not fair because
Yeah.
we're working for them. Like
Yeah.
we're paying for work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
make any sense.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So we were kind of talking about how you have to be adamant, you have to work, you gotta do what it takes to grow your brand. So what strengths do you feel you need to be successful as an OnlyFans creator?
I think Twitter's like the thing.
Mhm.
All my actually I'm a suicide girl,
Mhm.
but almost like all my subscribers are from my Twitter.
Mhm.
So here's the tip. Twitter is
Yeah.
the
Yeah, for sure. Now, if you do not follow her over on Twitter, make sure you do. It's at BLASINQUEENXO. Make sure, because I'm going to tell you, top-notch content. So Twitter was like one of the biggest things for you. I know that you had some trouble on Twitter too. You had an account taken, right?
yeah.
I know that happens far more often than it should. I don't think Twitter's as bad as Instagram, but obviously it
Instagram
still
shit.
happens.
Like Instagram shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like Twitter, there are some rules that I don't understand. Like some girls used to pay me for promos.
Mm-hmm.
I used to make a lot of money
Mm-hmm.
from them, but that's why Twitter take down my account.
Okay. So they said that it was some kind of like spamming or something.
No, they thought I was like stealing content from them.
Oh, okay. So it
Then
was like
I
a solicitation kind of thing.
yeah, then I had to buy a new cell phone
Mm-hmm.
and start again. The worst part is not like Twitter taking down my account. It's like starting again.
Yes. Because it almost feels like with you having that fresh start, it's not a positive thing, because it's like I put all that work into the other account. Now the motherfucker's gone, you know?
I feel yeah. It's like when I started again, I was like, oh my god, when I'm gonna reach like I used to have like 194,000
Mm-hmm.
followers. And then I looked at my Twitter account, the new one, and was like zero. I
Yeah.
was like, what the fuck am I supposed to get my 194 followers back? You know?
Yeah. It's very discouraging.
Yeah.
Now, whenever you tried to gain traction to rebuild back, um, did you find that a lot of your previous followers found you, or did you do like retweet groups? I know that those are a thing.
Yeah, they're really good.
Mm,
The groups are like the best thing ever for creative content creators.
mhm. I feel
But
that you have to be careful with those too, like you were saying, whenever you're retweeting other people's stuff or doing promo, because some people will report you, which seems fucking ridiculous. Why are you following someone just to report them? But
yeah,
that does happen.
yesterday, this guy DM me saying like, "I'm not paying for your OnlyFans," and he was following me. I was like, "The fuck."
Yeah.
I'm really gonna block you, and I
Yeah.
blocked him.
Yeah. And people are ridiculous like that. It's one of those things where if you don't like the content or if you don't want to be there, go somewhere else. Like, you don't have to be shitty, you know?
Once I got like this really fucked up message on my Twitter. This guy was like, this guy was saying like, oh, I'm gonna rape you, I'm gonna kill you, and that kind of shit. I was like,
Yeah.
scared as fuck. But thank God I'm from Brazil and I live in Brazil, and he's probably American, so that's not gonna happen. But it's
Right.
like, what the fuck?
And a lot of that is the scare tactic behind all of it. They literally get off from talking to somebody like that. You know, if they actually had to face real fucking consequences for treating someone like that, there would be less people trying to be like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, and I will always report people like that. Anybody that talks any kind of shit like that, I'm like, instant fucking report. I'm going to let them know, because at the very least, they can at least remove that account. Yeah, they're going to have to make another one, but if they send me another message, I'm going to fucking do the same thing. And eventually they're going to get tired of messaging because I'm going to keep reporting them.
Talking about like reporting accounts, like somebody made like 3 fucking fake accounts.
I seen that. I think I retweeted it for you.
Yeah, I saw it. I was
But
like, what?
And people do that and they fish for money, and then people come to us whining, bitching, oh, well, someone had a fake account and took my money. Well, it wasn't me. Do your research.
Like, that's not my problem. You know, that's my real account.
Yeah. And they should be looking at your shit to know for sure to begin with. Because, I mean, I'm not going to be sending money to somebody that looks like they have like 5 followers and no real content, and you know, I can't see them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the problem is that those fake accounts, they had my OnlyFans link on their page. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah. What they were trying to do was build their following on your back, and then later they were going to fuck people over for money.
Yeah.
So they were using your legit link so that they could fish for people.
Yeah, but if they're like, okay, they can use my link if they're gonna give me subscribers, you know?
Right.
But that pisses me off a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. And it just creates more issues between the creators and the clients in the end, because they're like, oh, well, I've been following this account for a long time. I thought it was you. I even signed up for your OnlyFans account through this Twitter. And then you're like, well, it wasn't fucking me, because they like fish some kind of custom money out of them.
Yeah.
And it gets really bad. And you know, it's usually a man pretending to be a woman.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a man. It's probably a man.
Yeah. 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 9 times out of 10, it's a man pretending to be a woman. They do.
Or somebody who hates me a lot.
So whenever you are looking at, I know you said that you had a couple friends that you kind of talked to about work. Do you have a support system outside of the sex work community, like fans, friends, or like family that are like, I'm glad you're happy, they're super supportive?
My dad is like, I don't support you, but it's your job. My mom is like, you're a fucking hooker, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Whatever. My friends are like, okay, I support you, make your money, invest in some shit.
Right.
Like,
fuck yeah.
my fans are like the most precious thing, like for me, because they really, really support me. Like,
Yeah.
whenever I feel like sad, I post on my OnlyFans like, guys, I'm sad, I'm not posting anything today. And they DM me like, what's happening, what's going on. And that, I think that's the best part of OnlyFans, because you start creating a connection with your fans.
Yeah. for sure. So all of your accounts, you manage them by yourself. You don't pay someone else to do it.
I could never like I pay my assistant. Never. After I lost my account, I was like so fucking depressed.
Yeah, for sure.
And she used to take care of my old account, and I just told her like create a new account for me until I buy a cell phone. And everything that it's on my Twitter, it's her. Like she posts everything for me. The only thing that I don't like, that like paying assistant and that kind of shit, is my OnlyFans. Like my OnlyFans is me.
Yeah.
And yeah, because it's like it's too personal, you know?
Right. Yeah, you like to keep that personal for sure.
Yeah, because the person can see like how much money you make, who you're talking to, like what the fuck you're talking to. Like,
yeah, for sure. And I mean, that can become a security issue too. Like all of your information is on there, not just like your earnings, but your bank information, your personal like identifying information, like your real civilian name, like all of that is in there. Yeah.
That's why I have this assistant. Her name is Kamunda, and she's like my friend. She became my friend. She knows everything about me. I know where she lives. She knows where I live.
Right.
And that's really good because I don't have like any trust issues with her. But what I was saying is that my OnlyFans is mine.
Yeah, for sure.
You can use my Twitter whenever, but my OnlyFans,
right? Yeah, for sure. Now, I know you said that she does your running for your Twitter page for you. Is there a specific way you like to market your content to try to get people over to your OnlyFans page?
Yeah, I usually post like explicit shit on my Twitter. I think you saw it.
Yes, I love her page. You should go follow. It's amazing.
Thank you. And then if I post something like with wearing lingerie or something, it's not the same as posting myself naked.
Right.
People will comment more, and they will subscribe my OnlyFans because they will see and they will think about like, oh, what's she gonna do? Like, is she gonna masturbate, or is she gonna like fuck somebody?
Yeah, it makes them want more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've noticed that a lot of the pictures that you take are like focused on your ass. It's an amazing ass. Do you have do you have some kind of like reason that the majority of your content's focused on your ass?
Yes, because I'm Brazilian, so people think all Brazilian girls have like huge asses. I don't look. I don't have like that ass. Actually, I'm really skinny. I'm like skinny as fuck, but it's just the angle.
Well, it's an amazing one. You definitely learned amazing tricks with angles.
Yeah. So yeah, I usually post like more ass pictures than like boobs because I have like literally no boobs.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but people really like ass.
Yeah, I think it's one of the bigger trends today too. Like it used to be, oh, do you eat pussy? Now it's, oh, do you eat ass? Like everything's about ass.
Yeah, like sometimes I get this weird message on my OnlyFans like, oh, you should post more anal stuff. Like, guys, wait, my butthole is not gonna handle all that content you want me to do, you know?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So what is your go-to content? What is your favorite kind to create?
I don't like cosplay because I don't know how. how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's like something like, like daily shit. Oh, I'm gonna take a shower right now, so I'm gonna post this content.
Yeah.
I'm horny right now, so I'm gonna like get my dildo and put inside my pussy and masturbate. So it's not like something professional, not like
Yeah.
something I thought the whole day.
Mm-hmm.
Put makeup, I put like this beautiful lingerie. It's just like me.
Right.
I like that because I think people feel like I'm in their home.
Yeah. Like you're real.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not everybody does that. Not everybody does the natural, like, amateur approach, and you do it very successfully. So that was one of the things that actually drew me to you. I found you through somebody retweeted something of yours, and I was like, ooh, I need to go see what that's about. So so that's kind of how I ended up here.
Okay.
So I too think Twitter is, I think it used to be better though. I feel like Twitter used to be better. I feel like it's slowly kind of dying down more, but I still feel like it's one of the bigger platforms where you can kind of be successful to find and market for yourself, because
Yeah.
it has some of the more flexible standards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like especially for girls who make OnlyFans content,
Yeah.
like I could never post my ass on Instagram, Facebook, or
Yeah.
some kind of. I could never.
Yeah, for sure. Because there are so many people that would either report you or the AIs report you. And then it's like, I can't even remember how many times Instagram I got reported, but it was a ridiculous amount. And there were several times that I literally got in trouble for selfies.
Me too. Like me too.
Yeah.
I was taking a fucking selfie on a hotel, and boom, where's
Yeah.
the fucking selfie?
Yeah. It is crazy. It is crazy. Like, Instagram is completely ridiculous.
Yeah. The thing right now is TikTok, but I don't really like it.
I don't like TikTok either. And you can't, it's like your audience is very, very limited. I'm going to say I've had 4 accounts on TikTok. I'm on my 4th account right now. My first account, before they removed it, I had over 18,000 followers, and then they pulled it. They said that I got pulled for solicitation, and I never even solicited like any of my OnlyFans or anything. They just, oh, you look like an adult creator. Let me go ahead and they took my account from me.
You should sing like the Brazilian content creators on TikTok. They put like the Brazilian bikinis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they dance with that shit, and that comes there, still there.
I would like to know these secrets. I would like to know how they keep them.
No, I
Because
don't either. I don't know. But the problem is I don't like TikTok because I'm from Brazil.
right.
First. People here are stingy, but
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Brazil like a lot.
I don't know a lot about the culture, but I would love for you to teach me.
Okay. So you're from the United States, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So $1 is 5 reais. The minimum salary here is let me convert. It's like $200 a month. That's crazy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that is crazy. So how is that with the standard of living? Like, what are your expenses? Like, if you pay rent over there, how much is rent?
We have it's not like the hoods, like ghetto.
Mm,
We have that, but it's like slums.
right. Okay.
So it's like cheaper to live there,
Right.
but you don't have like a great life living there.
Yeah. For sure.
And if you want to be like a medium class person, you gotta earn more than like 10 grand. but in reais, that's my point. And that's go back to the stingy Brazilian people.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they don't like to pay you. They don't like to subscribe OnlyFans because it's in dollars.
Right.
So for years, like, I'm tipping you like $5. It's $5. Here's like 25 reais. And
Right.
when the math here is like, oh, if I get paid like a minimum salary, that is like 1 grand in reais, and I still have to pay rent. I still have to
Mm-hmm.
pay take care of my children and stuff.
Right.
Like, I don't have money to subscribe OnlyFans.
Right.
My focus is on Europe and United States.
Mm-hmm. So whenever you do, I know that of course you're in Brazil. So whenever you do have an OnlyFans page and it is set up for you in your country, do you like keep your money in the US, or do you have a bank in Brazil that you get it transferred to?
Yeah, I have a bank here in Brazil. Then I
Mhm.
transferred to another bank that transferred to my bank in Brazil. So it
Right.
takes
Okay.
like 4 days.
Yeah. Okay. I always see, I never ask about the transition because I didn't really know how it worked. So it's really awesome that you can make that money through OnlyFans and you get more, like when looking at the standard of living. But it still kind of makes it hard because whenever it transitions over, it's still the same amount. It's just in your money instead of
Yeah.
American dollars. Yeah.
Here in Brazil, like if I make like, I don't know, 10 grand in dollars, here's like 50 grand.
Yeah. Which is it's good money. Like,
Yeah, like,
yeah, that's good money for you.
like 50 grand is like really good money,
Yeah.
especially for my age, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
So whenever it comes to your content, I've noticed that you do a lot of solo content. So it looks like you're always doing everything just yourself. Do you ever do like collaborations with anyone, or do you have someone that you do stuff with?
yeah. When I used to have a boyfriend, I used to make content with him.
Mhm.
I used to date an American guy from California,
Mhm.
and we created content together.
Mhm.
Um, and with my friend, she has an OnlyFans account too, so
Mhm.
we create content together.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. It's really awesome that you have access to that so that you can bring people in if you want, because not everyone kind of has access to that.
Mhm.
A lot of it is people trying to do solo content, which is completely fine.
Mhm.
I found that it is kind of hard to try to find someone to do collaborations with.
I don't
Um,
I don't do collabs with people that I don't know,
right.
you know, like STDs and shit. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah. And, that is one of the biggest things that I feel like there's not enough information that people are open with. Like, if you are going to be one of those people that's collabing with different people all the time, you should have the standard of the industry. You should be having yourself checked like the
Mm-hmm.
industry
Yeah,
does,
of
so you
course.
can protect yourself and everyone else, because they
Mhm.
do a 7-day standard, a 14-day standard, and everybody should abide by that, because there's no way you should be out here being irresponsible, just fucking random people. You know what I mean?
You know,
Yeah.
like I every time, like every single day, I get a DM on my Twitter, let's collab. Like, I don't know you. Like,
Yeah.
how the fuck am I supposed to collab with you if I don't know you?
Right. Yeah. And I mean, some people will be like, oh, well, how many followers do you have? If you have enough followers, I'll collab with you. But that's like a marketing kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's a little different. But I mean, there are a lot of men that want to collab just so they can fuck with somebody that they think's hot.
You know?
Yeah. They're like, oh, let's be fuck buddies. I've had people that literally have no followers, like an anonymous account, and are like, oh, let's collab together. And I'm like,
what the fuck are you? Like,
yeah. Why are you even here?
yeah, like, why are you texting me? Like, get away.
And it's like, they don't treat it as a business. Like, this is a business. This is our life.
You know? People think it's just like, oh, she's like an easy girl.
Yeah.
I can fuck her whenever.
And,
No.
that's whenever they get mad too. Whenever they're like, oh, well, this person is openly sexual and they won't fuck me. Oh, well, fuck them. They're a piece of shit. That's whenever they start trying to call you names and be negative, because they're like, oh, well, this person is supposed to be a whore, so they will fuck anything. No, that's not what it means.
Like, I have to do my marketing like on Twitter, like, oh, who wanna fuck me or some kind of shit like that.
Right.
But yeah, that's like normal. But
Yeah.
I'm
For
like,
marketing, that's how you draw people in, right?
yeah, like I have to pretend that I'm horny like 24/7.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not. Because
Right.
I'm not. Because I'm always watching movies. Like I'm always watching old movies. How am I supposed to get horny watching like Taxi Driver? Like what the fuck?
I love it. So, kind of tell me how sex work helped you grow as a person. So, I found for myself that it helped me kind of be able to empathize with people and see that there's a lot of diversity, right? It helped open my eyes to that. So,
Mhm.
how did it help you grow as a person?
Mm, how old are you?
I'm 31.
21? Okay. So I'm 21 and I think I'm still a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
I would tell myself that I'm a fucking teenager.
São
Even
15
though I'm
horas.
fucking- yeah, even though I'm a fucking idol,
Right.
but it helped me like to look at people and like know what they are thinking of me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I look at a man and I can see like he's just trying to fuck me,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. So
Even
it
though
helped you with reading people more?
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because everybody, like every guy who knows that I have an OnlyFans account is like trying to fuck me because they think so now I'm more like, oh, I want to have a relationship, but with somebody who understands me.
For sure.
Not like somebody who just want to fuck me and leave.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So, with your relationships, are you monogamous or are you polyam?
I always try to be monogamous, but I always cheat.
So, is it like, how do you view it? So, is it one of those things that your partner at the time just doesn't have everything it takes to fulfill all of you, or why do you go outside of the relationship?
Because I'm a sexual person. Like
Mm-hmm.
if I look at you and I think you're hot, just like what I'm seeing right now, because you're hot as fuck. I will, and if you're like next to me, I would try to fuck you.
Right. I'm not opposed to that. So, whenever it comes to you being attracted to someone, what do you look for? What makes you attracted?
The conversation first.
Yeah.
And I have like this rule. If the person has like no tags, I'm not gonna go out with them.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I tend to like, I find that people with tattoos, for the most part, are more open-minded and accepting of others. Have you
Yeah.
seen that?
Mhm.
Yeah. And then it's like the people that don't have tattoos, they usually are like more standoffish and just, I guess, more shitty. I like people that are open-minded, right?
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if the person has no tattoos, I won't trust it. I won't trust
Yeah.
them. Like,
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I stand on that as well. It's like it's one of those things, like a surface kind of giving you a hint on who they are, like just surface value, you know?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So whenever we were kind of talking about what you were attracted to, do you have any kinks yourself? Anything that makes you feel kinky, like something that you were attracted to?
Like insects.
Yeah, like any kind of BDSM related.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
I used to have a nipple person, and you know that thing that you put here,
Mhm.
that DSM shit. And then I went straight to the hospital because I got a really bad infection. Yeah,
Oh man. Oh man. How did you get an infection?
I don't know. I
Oh
really
jeez.
don't know.
Oh, well, I'm glad you healed well. That's crazy. That's crazy.
But I
So,
really like the DSM. Actually, my dream job is being a mistress.
really? Because
Yeah,
that's exciting for me.
like that's my biggest dream. But
Yeah.
actually, I don't know how to start.
Let me tell you, the best way to start is find something that you like and start in that niche. For me, whenever I started doing domination, I am huge into smothering. It is my favorite, which is also why I kind of noticed your ass first, because I'm an ass kind of person. So it's like I was whenever I was a baby dom and I got into it, smothering was one of the first things that I did. So essentially, just find something that you like and then start sharing it with your followers. Like the pin post that you have right now, it's magnificent. You could literally be talking about ass worship with this picture. Like, who's going to worship my ass today? And let me tell you, there's going to be a lot of people be like, hell yeah, hell yeah. But I mean, you
But
could literally, what?
my thing about like being a mistress is like I really love humiliation. You know,
Oh yeah.
that's my thing.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Um,
being used to humiliate them, like that's so fucking amazing. Like I do it for free. Like I
yeah.
should get.
Yes. Yes. That's exactly what I said. Actually, I started years ago. I think the first platform I actually started doming on was Instagram whenever I came out, because I was a lifestyle dom first and then I came out as a pro dom.
Mhm.
Um, so I did a lot of humiliation, especially when related to feet. There are so many foot people that are submissive or switch that lean sub, and they love foot and ass content. So I'm going to say you already have all the tools to do pro dom work. So I would say, yeah.
I will try because it's like a different thing. Like my OnlyFans is like, oh, this sweet girl.
Hmm.
Like in one day, she's a fucking dominatrix.
Yeah.
Fucking wrong.
Yeah. And I mean, the beautiful thing about having that switchy nature is you can do both, right?
Yeah.
And just depending on the day, kind of where you're falling, you can do both, and you can love both sides of yourself. Now, I have found that whenever you want to do, the softer side and then the harder side, it's good to kind of keep those separate, because some people are scared of the harder side. So I actually have 2 accounts for that reason. So
Yeah, I
it's
have
like,
an OnlyFans account,
yes,
but
I have multiple. So that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
like, I have my free OnlyFans page,
Mhm.
my regular OnlyFans page, and
Right.
my fetish OnlyFans page. But that one, the problem is I don't know how to start that shit. You already
Mhm.
told me, but I don't know how like to post pictures.
Right.
Like, what am I supposed to wear? Like latex or some shit like that? Because I really like it, but
Yeah.
I don't.
And you can wear whatever the fuck you want. That's the amazing thing. So there's this like stereotype where a dom has to like be fully fucking dressed in like leather and latex and shit. And that's not how it is. Like, yeah, some people buy into the fantasy so much that they don't want anything other than that. But being a dom isn't about what the fuck you're wearing. It's about how you carry yourself, right?
Mhm.
I mean, I could be wearing what I'm wearing right now. These are my chill clothes, I'm wearing, just my running shorts and shit. But like, it's literally how you carry yourself. It's your attitude. It's, the energy you're putting off,
Yeah.
right? So like with your pin post, let's go kind of dissect it a little bit. It says, "Can I sit on your face, please?" So you literally just change the words around. So let me sit on your face. Instead of saying, "Oh, can I have permission to do this?" Be like, "Nah, bitch, I'm going to sit on your face and you're going to like it." so,
On
so
your
it's,
face, I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
yeah, yeah. like, you're going to beg for this. You're going to love it and you're going to beg for it. So it's really just a matter of wordplay. So on those days where you kind of feel more spicy and you feel more dominant, be like, "Bitch, shut up. Just take it." You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So if it's something you want to do, I highly suggest it. And if you have any questions, you can always ask me.
I'm gonna do that. I'm totally gonna do that.
So let's kind of talk about some things on the end of that. So as opposed to looking at just the kinks, let's kind of look at your limits. So do you have any soft or hard limits, something that you just refuse to do? Like some people don't like feet at all, so they're like, "Yeah, no, I'm not doing anything foot related." Or some people are like, "Oh, well, I'm not submissive, so I'm not going to play that role." Do you have any limits yourself?
No, that's my problem.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. And that's an amazing space to be in because you still get to explore. You know what I mean? And that's the beautiful part of it. Most people don't see the journey as I guess beautiful, but I like it because you get to search for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. So tell me how you find balance between work on OnlyFans and your regular everyday life. What do you do for yourself?
For myself, let me think. I watch movies all day long.
Okay, okay. Movie buff?
Yeah, and then when it's like 7 p.m., I go to college, like
Hmm.
really high, and
Hmm.
back home, watch more movies, fall asleep. I wake up like 8 a.m.
Hmm.
Go straight to the gym, mm, cook, clean the house, and watch movies again.
Okay. Okay. Pretty balanced, pretty balanced. So whenever you started your working out, your fitness kind of aspect, did you do it for your OnlyFans or for your stage presence, or is that something you do for yourself?
Both, because I don't know if you noticed, but I smoke a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot. Like I have a fucking vape here and a
Mm-hmm.
cigarette here. Like in my ashtray is like full.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought like my lungs are gonna die. So
Okay.
I have to start exercising.
Right.
And plus the OnlyFans, because I have like this dysmorphia about my body. I think I'm
Hmm.
like fat.
Yeah.
And like, that time when Kate Moss was like the it girl.
Yeah.
And I really think that I need to be like, I have to have her body and that kind of
Hmm.
shit. And sometimes it mess with my head so
Right.
bad.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So I found that a lot of people, especially in the sex work industry, has some kind of body dysmorphia. And it's usually something that happened to them kind of whenever they were younger, some kind of trauma, somebody telling them, hey, you're a little fatty, or just like, making fun of somebody's size or their shape or something. And then you carry that trauma as you get older. So did you have anything like that happen to you when you were younger?
Actually, people used to say like, "Oh, you're really skinny."
Hmm.
I was like, "Yeah," but
Right.
that's not like a trauma because nowadays I want to be like skinny,
Right.
and when somebody tells me like, "Oh, eat a fucking burger," I feel like so fucking happy, like I'm skinny.
Yeah, right. And whenever there's a lot of people that either say that shit because they're jealous, they
Yeah,
say it because you either told them you weren't going to fuck them or you didn't want to be with them. Because let's face it, there's a lot of men that don't know how to take no as an answer.
yeah,
And then there
like,
are some people that are just unhappy with themselves, right?
mhm. I
So
think
go ahead.
I think like about bodies and shit, like especially men.
Hmm.
Men are usually trash, especially on Twitter. Like they say whatever.
Yeah, completely disrespectful. Yeah,
Yeah.
super shitty. Yeah, I found that too.
But
And the majority of the time, it's whenever you reject them.
yeah, they'll be like mad as fuck. Like,
Yeah,
I don't wanna fuck you. Like, if you wanna
right.
talk to me, like subscribe my OnlyFans, I would talk to you. I would talk to you like a normal person. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
pay me, like I'm not gonna reply your fucking message.
And that was one of my biggest pet peeves. People come to you as a small business owner and be like, I want this time for free. That time isn't free.
Yeah, time is money.
Yes. Yes. 100%. So I know you said whenever you lost your account previously, it kind of made you depressed. It made you sad because you kind of had to start over. So overall in sex work, being an OnlyFans creator, um, how does it affect you mentally? Is it a positive or a negative effect?
Um, I have like I don't know what the fuck I have inside my brain because I go to my therapy sessions, I go to
Hmm.
my psychiatrist and shit. My my therapist said that I'm a fucking sociopath,
Hmm.
and my psychiatrist says that I'm a borderline person.
Okay.
Um, and I don't know what the fuck happens to my brain because sometimes like, oh, I get a lot of subscribers and I start to cry. Like, I don't
Hmm.
want to be famous. Like, I don't want to be
Right.
famous. And sometimes, yeah, I look at other girls and I feel like, oh, I need to like work out more.
Hmm.
Like put some stuff on my room to create more content, like buy
Right.
more doodles to create more content. Like I want to be different,
Yeah.
and then it messes with my brain a lot because I feel like I'm not doing like what I should do. Like
Right.
trying to be the best, but I look sometimes and I feel like I could never be the best.
Right. So I have noticed that there's a whole lot of I guess, stress whenever it comes to looking at other creators because you kind of compare yourself to them, right?
Yeah, especially that
Yeah.
that percentage that
Yeah.
OnlyFans
I don't
put.
even look at that shit. I don't even look at that shit because
I
at the
look
end of the
at,
day, everybody has their own circumstances, right?
yeah, I look at like every single day. That's my
So stop being compulsive over it.
uh, like when I started OnlyFans, it didn't
Mhm.
start like with 71%. I think
Right.
that was 71. It used to start like with 20 and shit.
Mhm.
And I was like, no, I want to be like top one. I want to be like top
Mhm.
0. I want to be top
Yeah.
5. I want to be top like blah, blah, blah. And it still messed with my brain.
Yeah, for sure. And it's one of those things that you can get fixated on, and it can control you. It can affect you negatively. So on those days whenever you feel like, oh, well, I'm focusing on that too much, or oh, I'm kind of in a negative headspace, what do you do to kind of help yourself?
Actually, I do nothing.
You do nothing.
Yeah, I'm a fucking workaholic, like for real.
I
Like,
feel that.
Valentina, sit on your computer and start retweeting shit like
Yeah,
for 14 hours straight. I'll do it.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. So I had a hard time with managing balancing and stuff too, because I am always trying to work. I have found that I have been doing more stuff related to being spiritual and just cleansing myself and like taking a break now and then. And I'm going to tell you, my headspace is so much better. Like mentally, I'm so much better.
Now I'm like way better
Hmm.
than last year. Last year I tried suicide because
Hmm.
I was like, so fucking like focused on my fucking work that I
Right.
was like, I can't do that shit anymore.
Yeah.
And then I started paying my assistant. That helped me a lot
Right.
because sometimes I'm like, she's like my personal assistant too,
Hmm.
and it helps me a lot because sometimes I just need like to take a nap or
Yeah.
something, and I just tell her like, can you retweet this? Can you
Right.
like check this message for me? And she's like, okay, I can do that. And she's really sweet, and she's really sweet. Like I love her.
Yeah. Good.
But when I didn't have an assistant, it was like
Super stressful. Yeah.
I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah. And it gets to be a lot because there are so many roles you have to take on, right? You have to learn how to become a photographer. You got to do any kind of video work on your own. You have to learn how to edit stuff. If you do any kind of editing at all, you have to learn how to be a marketer. Like,
A model, you
what?
know?
It's time consuming. And you have
Yeah.
to wear so many hats. And that's, I mean, that's what I always say. There's a reason why people end up hiring teams to do that for them because there's a lot of stress.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's so fucking stressful. Like
Yeah.
when I take the day to create content, I just like wake up, go to the gym, cook my lunch, and start like creating content all day. And when
Hmm.
I notice it's like night,
Right.
and like that is fuck. I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's exhausting.
yeah, and people think like being a model is just like taking pictures, like being beautiful, being hot, but no, it takes a long ass time,
Yes.
and it's fucking stressful, and you get like really tired and hungry.
Hmm.
Every time I create a new content, I get hungry. Like,
Hmm. Yeah. Because you're spending energy, right?
yeah,
Mentally and physically. So with you, are you or your family spiritual or religious?
my family is,
Hmm.
but I'm not.
Hmm. Okay. Is that, I know you said that they were kind of, well, your dad was respectful, this is your job and kind of stuff. Does that play on that any?
Like how?
Like, does he feel like it goes against your religion or that it's like bad
No,
image?
he's religious, but not like fanatic,
Okay. Okay.
But my mom is like super conservative, so
Oh, okay. For sure.
she's
That's
like,
kind of how my parents were too. So
yeah, it's hard. It's hard to deal with my mom.
yeah, for sure. I can say that my dad's actually a preacher, and my mom has been literally like devout into religion since she was 14. So she's a lifer. And I mean, I never hid what my work from them ever. Like as soon as I came out and I chose what I was going to do, I told them straight up. And my parents, they're not like pushing me into the industry or anything, but they're super supportive. Like I had a feature for the podcast actually on Hustler magazine, and I messaged my mom. I was like, I made it to Hustler magazine with the podcast. I'm super excited about it. And she was proud of me, you know? So I fucking love that. I love whenever even people that don't necessarily feel the same as you are accepting and loving, you know?
Yeah. I feel like that with my dad,
Mm-hmm.
because after this podcast, I'm gonna call him and he'll be like, oh my God, you were in a podcast in the United States? Like that's so fucking cool. But I will never tell my mom, even though
Yeah.
she's in the United States right now. But no.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't blame you. I like to try to keep as much positive energy as I can, because that helps with my mental space staying positive, right?
Um, I'm the opposite.
Tell me about it. Tell me your thoughts on it.
I'm trying to be like the most nihilist person like ever.
Mm-hmm.
So if something good happens to me, I'll be like, oh my God, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get frustrated a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But
So
if I'm good
what is
vibe,
the reason for it? Like, are you scared of the disappointment?
yeah, I don't know how to deal with that.
Okay.
Like if something disappoints me, I'm gonna go straight to my bedroom, start to cry like all day long.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I completely understand. So looking back at the kind of more negative aspects, do you have any regrets associated with being a content creator?
Yeah. But it's not like something that I can change right now because I have a bunch of followers. Like
Right.
everybody, not like everybody, but a lot of people know me.
Mhm.
Most in the United States, in Brazil, people like actually don't know me.
Right.
But I don't know. Like I start very young. I was like 19.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're 19, you don't know what the fuck you're doing with your life.
Yeah. You think you do.
I think you do, but you don't.
Yeah.
And now I'm 21. I'm gonna turn 22 next month. And I'm started thinking like after I get my diploma on my college, like people will look for my name on Google and shit, and they will see my OnlyFans, my
Right.
pictures and stuff, and maybe I don't get a regular job.
Right.
That's like my most like regret
Mm-hmm.
about all the things.
So with you having your OnlyFans and it being your primary job right now, after you graduate and you get your certification, your diploma, are you looking to just completely close down your OnlyFans, or are you looking to keep it in the background?
No fucking way.
I don't blame you. I'm a lifer too.
No. Like I don't care if people don't hire me, but OnlyFans, like, it's inside my heart, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
I love my job. Like, I really love my job. I don't do my job for like, oh, I gotta pay bills, etc. I don't actually have money.
Yeah.
But I do that because I really like it. I really like that, no, that knowing people like from, I don't know, Australia, Italy, even like Mexico, United States. It's like so fucking cool that people appreciate my job,
Yeah.
and it's really, really cool.
Yeah. I think that's probably one of my favorite things about the I guess expansion of OnlyFans and I guess electronics, you know, the internet in general. I feel like it's helping people accept more people that want to be creators, which
Yeah,
is an amazing thing because it used to be one of those things that you were shunned for, you know, it was shameful. And I think it's becoming more acceptable.
yeah. I think for like younger people, like I have this I call her my child.
Mm.
She's like my best friend, my dad's best friend's daughter.
Mhm.
And she's like 14, and she's curious, like she's
Right.
14.
Right.
And she asked me like, oh, what do you do for a living? I said like OnlyFans. She was like, really? That's so fucking cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like older people, they will look at you and say like, oh, hooker. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, I found that to be a big thing too. Like people don't realize there are different niches when it comes to sex work. There's not just like, oh, well, everybody's a hooker, everybody's an escort, everybody's a porn star. There are so many umbrellas in sex work. And obviously one of them's not better than the other. It's one of those things that there's something for everyone. There are people that literally only do fetish. They don't get naked at all. They just show their feet. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
there's a
It's not
huge,
not like about sex, like having sex with somebody else.
yeah,
It's like being sexual, you know? Like, oh, people have like feet fetish and shit. Like, and there are girls that only post pictures of their feet.
yeah,
And that's okay. There are girls who are hookers and they don't have OnlyFans because they don't like it.
yeah,
That's okay too. Like,
right. Yes. 100%. 100%. Fucking love it. Okay. So I have one more question for you and then I will let you get on with your day. So my last question for you is going to be, let me find. So my last question for you is going to be, whenever you got into the industry and you had to put the work in, did it change your opinion on sex work? So like before, did you think it was something easy and you kind of found out? What did you find out?
no, I never thought that being a sex worker was easy.
Mhm.
Let me tell you this story. I went to rehab 4 times.
Okay.
So I had like sports, hookers, sex workers, people with like coke addiction.
Right.
And I never had this like, oh, this person is not good. This person ain't good.
Yeah.
Like everybody have problems. Everybody have like different jobs. So I never
Yeah.
had um so yeah, I don't think I never had like this thing about like, oh, you're a sex worker, like get away from me.
Right. Right.
Even though my family created me as a conservative kid, like
Hmm.
I was like this rebel without a case.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like, okay, you want to be a hooker? Go ahead. Just
Right.
use a fucking condom.
Yeah.
That's my rule. Use a fucking condom.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Because I mean, you need to protect yourself. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand how important that is, you know? And they think, oh, well, if I've thought about it and it's premeditated and I make sure I have a condom with me, or if I make sure that I'm taking precautions, then there's some kind of shame associated with it. And there shouldn't be. We should be able to talk about sex. If you want to fuck somebody, you should be able to talk to them about, hey, maybe we could fuck, and
Yeah,
it not
like
be taboo.
yeah, it's like so fucking easy. Like I think you're hot, but unfortunately, you're from the United States and I'm deported. But
I'll be making my way over there.
but it's like people, it's so fucking easy like to talk to somebody and say, I want to fuck you. I like you.
Yeah.
I think you're hot. Like people make it so fucking hard. I don't know why.
Yeah. It's one of those things, like we were talking about, you know, conservative relationships. It's like they tell you that you should be ashamed that you have those desires. And like, okay, so for your culture, I don't know if it's anything like the conservative culture here, like the Christians here believe that you shouldn't have sex until after you're married.
Yeah, we'll
Is
have
that,
that.
you have that too? So
Yeah.
it's like,
Like, how am I supposed to marry somebody that I never fucked?
yeah, how are you supposed to know if you're compatible and if you like them?
Yeah, you know?
Like, that doesn't make sense to me because, I mean, until you find the person that you're supposed to be with, it's finding the people that you don't want to be with. You're finding
Yeah.
people you don't want. And if you can't eliminate that, and you can't, just like, you know, with you exploring your sexuality and exploring anything else, like your faith, if you're spiritual, whatever, how do you know if you don't explore?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not going to spend my life being miserable with somebody that don't know how to fuck me right. I'm not. So that's a hard no. That's a hard limit for me because I need to know that I like them.
Like, I need to know if the person knows how to have sex.
Yeah. Yeah. Because not everybody can. It's not one of those things that just comes to you. Like some people are naturally good at it and some people got to work at it. Like you got to practice. But I mean, if you don't put in like the effort and explore, how you going to practice?
Yeah. My auntie, she had sex after she got married because she's like Christian like fanatic. And I was like, how did you do that? Like, I could
Yeah.
never.
Yeah. So did she have a different perspective on that? Like, was she, oh, I'm happy that I did that? Or was it one of those, oh, it was kind of a mistake?
No, she was like happy. She was
Yeah.
really happy. Then she got divorced and she found another man, and the same shit happened. Like, we're gonna have sex after we get married. And now
Mhm.
she's happy. And she's like a fanatic Christian, but she's the only person in my whole family that don't judge me at all.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah. And that's the kind of people that I can respect, the kind of people that I can be like, I respect your beliefs, you respect mine, and you can coexist, right? Because you don't have to agree with everything someone else says or does to be like, I appreciate you as a human, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things where it's like you do your stuff, I do mine, and we're all good. Like there's no problem, you know?
Yeah, like take care of your own business and I take care of mine.
Yeah, for damn sure. For damn sure. Well, I want to remind everyone, make sure you go on over and follow Valentina on Twitter because let me tell you, you don't want to miss any of her shit. Not only does she give like these amazing teasers, but right now she has a $3 sale going on.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So thank you guys for coming to another episode of Forbidden Depths. And thank you, Valentina, for being so amazing.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
You're welcome. You guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next podcast. Hey, it's Queen Frostbitten again, your host. I just want to remind you that you can follow us on YouTube at Forbidden Depths. That's FORBIDDENDEPTHS. Or over on Twitter at the number 4 BIDDENDPODCAST. Remember to always stay educated, consensual, and safe. We'll see you on the next show.